So we're trying to solve for x in the exponent here, and since we can't get a common base, we need to use logs. So we take the log of both sides, or the ln, either one is fine, but I just use log usually. So this is log of 2 to the 3x minus 2 equals log of 5. And now since this is in the exponent, we can bring it on down because our log rules tell us we can do that. So we're going to end up with 3x minus 2 times log of 2 equals log of 5. And then we're going to distribute this log 2 into this one and into that one. So we have 3x times log of 2 minus 2 times log of 2 equals log of 5. Okay, and now we want to get everything with an x by itself, so we're going to keep this one on this side and we're going to move this to the other side by adding it to both sides. So we have 3x log 2, let's see, log 2 equals log of 5 plus 2 log of 2. Now we want to get x by itself, so we got to divide both sides by 3 log 2, 3 log 2. Because do you see that this is just 3 times x times log of 2? So I could rewrite it as x times 3 times log of 2. And to get x by itself, I could just divide by 3 log 2. Okay, so I'm here now. And so I get my final answer that x equals log of 5 plus 2 log 2 divided by 3 log 2. Now we need to put this into a calculator, so let's do that. So we open up our calculator here, and the key is that we want everything that's supposed to be on top. We want all of this that's supposed to be on top to go in together. So let's make sure that when we put this in our calculator, we put parentheses around the top and we put parentheses around the bottom so that all of this happens before we divide, okay? So this is the key, is making sure you put parentheses around the whole top. So we're going to do log of 5, and notice I have to close those parentheses so that I'm just taking the log of 5, then plus 2 log 2. Again, I have to close those parentheses, so I'm just taking the log of 2, and then I close the parentheses for the top. So here's my parentheses for the top, and then I divide that by the bottom, which is 3 log 2, and I close my parentheses for the top, or for the bottom now, and there we go, 1.441. So that's my answer. That's my final answer, but we can test it out, right? We can go back to our original equation, which was 2 to the 3x minus 2 equals 5. So then we check. So if I take this number and I multiply it by 3 and subtract, let's see, subtract 2, go over, there we go, subtract 2, and then I raise 2 to that power, do I in fact get 5? I do! So we know we got the right answer. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. So for this one, we do the same thing. We take the log of both sides. So I have log of 6 up to the 3x plus 1 equals log of 9 to the x. So I end up with 3x plus 1 times log of 6 equals x times log of 9, because I can bring both of those exponents down. And so then I distribute this out. So I multiply it by this term and by this term, and I get 3x times log of 6 plus 1 times log of 6, which is really just 1 times log of 6, then x log 9. Okay, and now I want to get everything with an x on one side and everything without an x on the other. So I'm going to subtract x log 9 from this side, and I'm going to subtract log 6 from this side. We could do it either way. Actually, you know what? We're not going to do that. We're going to do it the other way. We're just going to subtract 3x log 6 from this side. It really doesn't matter. We could do either way. Okay, as long as everything with an x is on one side and everything without an x is on the other side. So now we're at log 6 equals x log 9 minus 3x log 6. And now I need to get the x outside, so I take the x out, and I've got log 9 minus 3 log 6 on this side, and I still have my log 6 on this side. And then I'm going to divide both sides by log 9 minus 3 log 6. Okay. All right, so my final answer is that x equals log 6 over log 9 minus 3 log 6. And now let's get this into a calculator. So again, we're going to make sure we have parentheses around the top and parentheses around the bottom so that it does all of this first. Otherwise, what it'll do is it'll take this and divide it by this before it subtracts. Okay, so we got to make sure we have parentheses around top and bottom. So we're going to do parentheses log 6 and then close our parentheses for the top. We're going to divide that by, and again, we're going to open up parentheses so that it divides by the whole thing, not just by the log 9. And we put that in and we get negative 0.564-ish, okay? And then we can check this again. Remember, we can go back, we can plug this in, and it's our original equation says if I took this number, this crazy number, multiplied it by 3, and add 1, and then raise 6 to that power, that I would get the same as if I rose 9 to that power. And sure enough, look, they're the same. If I put our answer, which was this number, this negative 0.5637911416, if I put that into my calculator, I get that the original thing was true. Okay, one more. So for this one, we take the log of both sides, and then we take the exponents down. So I'm going to do that in one fell swoop. So we have 2x minus 3 times log of 3 equals x log of 4. Okay, and now I get everything. Let's see, no, I distribute this log in, so I multiply it by this term, and I multiply it by this term, so I have 2x log 3 minus 3 log 3 equals x log 4. Now I want to get everything that has an x on one side and everything that doesn't have an x on the other. So I'm going to end up with 3 log 3 on this side and x log 4 minus 2x log 3 on this side. Okay, and now I'm going to get my x outside the parentheses. So I have an x outside, and on the inside I have log 4 minus 2 log 3 because I just pulled the x out, and over here I have negative 3 log 3. Okay, and now I just divide both sides. Log 4 minus 2 log 3. Log 4 minus 2 log 3. Okay, and there we have x equals negative 3 log 3 over log 4 minus 2 log 3. Okay, so this is our final answer. So let's plug this into our calculator. And again, we're going to put parentheses around the whole top and around the whole bottom so that when we put it in, that it all comes out the right way. Okay, so let's see, parentheses, negative 3 log 3, parentheses, we got to close those parentheses, divided by, and then we open up our bottom parentheses, and we have log 4 minus 2 log 3. Oop. And do you know what I saw? Do you know what I did here? Do you see I made a mistake? Because with this 4, I need to close those parentheses. Otherwise, it thinks it's taking the log of all of this stuff, which we don't want. We want it to only take the log of 4. So I need to close those parentheses to tell my calculator not to do that. Now, since I already have some stuff typed, I'm going to go second insert, and I'm going to insert my parentheses right there, and it'll just shift everything over so it doesn't just erase everything. So you're welcome for teaching me that trick. All right, so we close our parentheses there, and we get 4.064 and some, and some change. Okay, so again, we could check this. We could say, what is 4 to this power? Okay, so it's that 279 would, if the one side. Now let's see if that works for the other side. Times 2 minus 3. And then if I raise 3 to that power, drum roll please. Let's hope we did it right. Aha! Do you see that 4 to my answer and 3 to my answer give me the same thing, which means we now know this number we came up with right here is in fact the correct answer. So you can just round it to 3 decimal places.